Guys,
Hello.
you saw what
Everybody
I
in
was
frame?
looking like. Well, I'm currently dressed like it too. You saw what I was looking like, and I got recognized at the grocery store. I
So
said,
famous.
"Wow, I look like a bum."
Too famous for these streets.
Anyways,
I'm very surprised that you got recognized in Ohio.
me too.
That's never happened to me.
Mrs. Worldwide.
How's it feel to be famous?
I was kind of shocked. I
A
don't know
framed
if
moose.
I'm famous, but anyhow,
Jacob's calling me. I'll talk to him later. Do you guys want to play this game first or just regular podcast first?
Let's go into the pod first. I feel
go
like there's a
into the
lot of
pod.
life updates, and then we'll
Are
go into the
there?
game. Okay, there's not a lot of life updates, but
Are there?
There
is none.
I
We just
don't
haven't
think there
talked in a
are.
while.
this is true. We've been talking less and less.
It's because you've been preoccupied, Rachel.
No,
And
that's
Andrew and I
not
talk
why. Yeah, about protein.
Well, actually, no. You were in LA, so I feel like we didn't talk a lot.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
I didn't
entire
talk
week,
a lot during the
Yeah.
LA trip. That's
Yeah.
true.
which was
Also,
weird.
all of
I
you
went a
talk
week without
about
really talking to
Protein.
either of you guys. I was like,
This is strange.
what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
That was a weird period,
it
but
was a weird period, and we're still in that period.
Yeah.
Are
Low
we?
key.
I
Yeah.
mean, after I got back from LA, I
It's been a
started
hot
talking to Andrew.
Yeah,
a lot.
that's true.
And then I called you too. Like we caught up a little bit.
Yeah, I think I've also just been stressed.
Yeah. Every time I call you, you seem very busy.
That's
Yeah.
been Rachel's life for all of eternity. So it's not too different.
Well, I feel like I've been doing less of the things that I do in my free time when I usually call you guys, which is like
Walking.
cleaning, cooking,
Hmm.
like the house
Doing-
activities. Yeah.
That don't require brain power.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I've been needing to grind a lot more,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
All right, I'm going to check us in and then we can catch up. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host, Jesse, and welcome back to another sibling podcast where the three of us are together. We haven't been together for a podcast in quite a while.
Yeah.
Last month.
That's
Was
a
it last
while.
month.
We see each other every month.
We do see each other
Yeah,
a lot,
pretty
but
much.
I don't think, did we record last month?
Last time we were here.
Last time?
I think we did.
No,
you
we
guys
didn't.
did one
We
with
didn't
Mom and
record.
Dad,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
weren't there.
I was backpacking.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
back.
right.
We saw each other.
I forgot,
I
you're
guess
right.
there's backpacking updates.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm your host, Jesse, and joining me today is my sister
Rachel.
and my brother.
Andrew.
And yeah, we're going to catch up for a little bit and then go into some questions that I have written down or topics of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who wants to start first? Andrew, you said you have a lot to update us
No,
on.
I said
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot to
that
update.
means there's a lot
All right,
on your
that means
end.
There's a lot to
No, there's
update.
actually very little.
All right, since the last time we saw each other, it was what?
A month ago.
A month ago.
Not even.
Less than that.
Like 2 weeks ago, y'all.
Yeah, beginning of
2 or 3
November.
weeks
Before
ago.
my LA trip, right?
It was November
Yeah.
1st, 2nd.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
right before my
It
LA
was-
trip.
And that is like 19 days.
Was it right after Halloween?
Oh, just kidding. 21
yeah,
days.
it was right after Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, it was the week after Halloween weekend. Yeah.
I can catch us up on my LA trip if you guys want to talk about that.
Well, I guess for me, nothing of big significance has happened, but a couple of hometown friends visit Ohio, and that's always fun. I'm trying to convince
the home
everybody to
friends.
move to New York.
To Ohio.
I mean, visited New York.
Yes. Oh, did I say Ohio? I meant
You
New
did.
York. Yeah. Sorry. My Ohio friends visited me in New York, and now I want to have all of them move to New York.
This was me also. I was like, I need to pluck all the homies out of the Midwest and bring them to the East Coast.
To the promised
just
land.
one by one.
Sorry for transplanting people, but I want the homies there.
Yeah. But I also like recognize that a lot of people do not vibe with New York.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair. A lot of people enjoy visiting, but living in New York is a different
It's
beast.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I can put up with a lot of things, inconveniences, like those of New York, as long as the right people are there. I think as long as you cross that threshold of, oh, there are enough people that I care about that I want to see on a daily basis here in New York, I'm willing to like put up with the commuting, the small living spaces, the expenses, in order to be close to the people I want to be with.
I think it's also a very privileged thing to be able to like live in New York also in this day
Oh,
and
yeah.
age. So I think like a lot of people don't have those privileges also.
That's true.
Yep.
Money.
Money
Yeah.
is a big one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also time and like resources. I feel like New York is a very hustle bustle city also, and I
Yeah.
think people just get really tired of that.
That's true. You're right. And even people who do live in New York don't really have the time to enjoy life outside of the hustle and bustle too. So, anyways, this past, I guess a couple weeks ago, I took a trip to LA to visit my 2 college roommates. It was one of my college roommates' birthday, and we decided to like take a trip to Joshua Tree with all of our friends that came to visit. Really amazing trip. I would say we kept making this joke, like everyone says that Joshua Tree is really overrated, but we think Joshua Tree is just rated. It's not underrated. It's not overrated. It's simply just rated appropriately. So if you want to go to Joshua Tree, it's really beautiful. And the only problem is there's a lack of activities. So you have to figure out ways to, have fun in a desert where there are a bunch of weird looking trees and bushes and stuff. But the Airbnb we stayed at was gorgeous. Part of the reason why we went there is so that me and my friend Nick could record a live DJ set for my friend Jacob, who's an up-and-coming DJ producer. His set was amazing.
It was really good.
Filmed like a music video. It's not really a music video. It's just like a cinematic
Wait, I
DJ
didn't
set
know
video.
the Joshua Tree trip was just for that.
It was for that slash for Jacob's birthday. It was like a celebration of both.
okay.
And I'm like in the middle
Jacob's
of
birthday
editing
present
right now.
was the live DJ set.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so. I mean, I'm
The
putting so
filming
much
for the
time
live
and
DJ
effort
set.
into this.
All I hear is the DJ mix.
If I charge someone to like film and edit something like this, it would cost a lot of monies. So, but this is probably one of my favorite creative projects I've done this year. So please be on the lookout for this. If you enjoy like big house EDM, this is like right up your alley. And if you enjoy just watching something aesthetic and beautiful while having some music play in the background, this is also for you. It's probably going to be coming out at the end of December. I'll be sure to shout it out on the podcast. We'll be together in December recording podcast, so I'll definitely shout it out then. But yeah, really proud of Jacob. He's been like grinding music for the past, since I've known him, but this past year or so has been pretty transformative for him. I think he's taken a completely new approach to music. I really appreciate his like creative mind and his creative process. So seeing him grow through this journey was really cool, and kind of seeing it come to fruition. He's releasing his first album at the beginning of next year. Seeing that come together was really cool, because I grew up with this kid in college dorms, watching him make music day in and day out. Is that how the phrase goes? Day in, day out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
25/8.
seeing him, put together a live DJ set of all original songs and remixes, really, really cool to see. And go support him once. Well, I guess there's nothing to support him on for right now, but be on the lookout to support him in December. Yes. I can't think of anything else. We played some golf in LA, which was fun. I played really bad golf, but it was I think I actually enjoy playing golf in Ohio more than LA
It's a hot
or the
take.
West Coast. It's cheaper in Ohio. The grass is way nicer because LA is just a desert, so
It's
the
dry.
grass is really bad.
Interesting.
And there's so many people. Like in Ohio, there's like not that many people, so you're not like lagging behind on the course. You don't have to wait for people. Like in LA, it's just like they pack the tee times.
Dude, that's all sports in Ohio. I went climbing yesterday, empty gym.
Dang.
Couldn't be vital. Could not be vital.
Tennis courts always
Nobody
open.
there.
No one there. Andrew and I played tennis yesterday.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's great.
the perks of living in a small
Yeah.
town, underpopulated areas of the country,
Properly
Yes.
populated.
Pro-
Average.
appropriately populated.
Appropriately populated.
But yeah, that's my update. Other than that, I'm grinding away at school, trying to figure out how to graduate.
Do you think you'll graduate within 8 years?
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
if I don't finish my program in 8 years, I will be really disappointed with myself.
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, unless I decide to like take a year off to do something outside of school, which
I wonder
could
what
see
that
myself
could be.
do. Yeah. And
That's
then
money.
Yeah. We're back home for Thanksgiving break, which is why we're all together. I'm excited to, spend tonight eating good foods. We also have some friends and family coming into town.
A lot of people coming.
Over tonight. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Really excited to see everyone.
Should I invite more people?
No. It's just more. We don't have space in our house.
I know.
It's always funny that
That
our
was a
house is the
joke.
one we choose to entertain everybody. I feel like we have one of the smallest houses.
And
out
like
the
one
people
of
that
the
come.
most like ill.
Equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Mom and Dad
yeah.
love hosting.
But they
Yeah.
love hosting.
And I think I kind of developed that appreciation for hosting. I really enjoy hosting. I just
I do
don't
too.
have friends to host is the problem. So,
Yeah.
but when I do have people to host, it's
Dang,
always really
what?
fun. Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, Rachel, what has been going on in your life for the past 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Well, I went on my first backpacking trip in Red River
yeah.
Gorge.
That was your first one?
Mm-hmm. I've
you
only
go.
ever done day
Oh,
hikes and
yeah.
also car camping, but I've never done backpacking.
She's been accumulating all the gear necessary
have
for this
been.
kind of trip.
Which, if it is still available, the Nemo Disco 15 650 powered down sleeping bag is 50% off right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not that I'm ever going to go backpacking, but I like cool gear.
Oh, it's $150, so it's still quite pricey. But I
After
have
the
$30.
50%?
Yeah, I have $30 of REI credit because I finally bought a membership because I was like,
It's
this is the
$120.
start of my outdoorsy era.
What's it called?
It's not on Amazon, it's on
Oh.
REI.
Nemo.
Yes,
Sleeping
the Nemo
bag.
Disco 15.
Disco. That sounds like a fun sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's super warm. So it's the 15 is the temperature that it's rated at. So it's like equipped to go for you
15
to
degrees.
like sleep in it down to 15 degrees, right?
Wow.
It says it's 260 right now.
Maybe the men's version is not on sale. Oh my
Ooh,
god,
bad
it's rated
reviews.
poorly too. No, the
Yeah.
women's version is better. Anyways, it's rated better. It's also cheaper. Anyways, yeah, I had a sleeping pad. Natalie, my friend who backpacks more often than I do, had like the rest of the gear, so like bear canister, bear spray. She had a tent also.
Are there any bears in Ohio?
We're technically in bear country, I think.
We are?
Yeah,
What
but
type of bears?
I
Black
don't know.
Bears, brown bears?
Probably
Polar bears?
brown and
panda
black
bears.
bears, not
Yeah.
panda
Yeah, that makes
bears,
sense.
not polar
Panda
bears. I don't think grizzly bears are here either.
Grizzly bears.
But
Wait, grizzly
Ooh, this
bears
one's
and
only
brown bears are
150.
two different things.
yeah, that's
What's the
no,
30? What does
that's
30
the
mean?
temperature
It's the
that it's
gray.
rated at.
It's not as
So-
thick.
So it's not. So it only.
Well, okay, so the thing is, like, most people don't need a temperature, like a sleeping bag that's down to 15 degrees.
Yeah.
That's more so for like winter camping.
Yeah.
Which like we were going at the beginning of November, so we're like, it's probably going to be pretty cold. But joke's on us because it was 50 degrees that night and we were both sweating because it was so warm. We were like, what? Like I woke up in the middle
All
of the
this
night
gear to make
and I
us
was
feel
like,
uncomfortable.
I'm literally covered. I'm wet.
Ew. That's
Anyways.
disgusting.
And we packed like winter clothing too. So I had like my puffer jacket, I had my fleece, I had my
Wow.
like little base
Did you not
layers.
check the weather before you
We
left?
did, but
Oh.
we were like, I guess we didn't remember what 40 degrees felt like. So we were like, we'll probably be cold, which it like was
40
like
is
kind of cold
Decently cold, yeah.
in the mornings, but it was like
But once you get
definitely could have been
moving,
doable
yeah.
with less
Yeah.
gear, is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Anyways, so lessons learned, whatever. One thing that I did not expect was like the hip pain because all the weight is like pressed onto your hips.
You're a
so
side sleeper.
no,
No,
like the
backpacking.
backpack.
Oh.
And I think my pack was probably like 30-40 pounds also. So me and Natalie are like really small human beings,
Yes,
right?
you
So
are,
our
which is why I was
our
concerned about
packs-
this trip.
no, so our packs looked
Oh, you found it in
humongous on us. Yeah, there were not that. It was like a well-populated trail, which like
Okay.
on the one hand,
Actually, I guess
Good.
nature.
Yeah, less.
On the other hand, it was like safer, but also I had service the entire time. I
Oh,
was like, this is great. Like I am not in nature right now.
Just
Because
a
we were
cell
only
tower every
ever
mile.
yeah, we were only ever like 3 to 5 miles away from like a major road.
Yeah.
So very safe
Safety
as like
first.
a first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but like I was saying, me and Natalie are very small human beings, right? And our packs were massive because we're carrying all this winter gear that we did not need. And so we'd come across people on the trail and they'd be like, "Oh, how many days are you guys going out for?" And we'd be like, "Oh, a couple." No, we would lie. We would fully lie and say, "Oh, like
Playing it
4
by
or
ear.
5, you know, just a couple." But it was so funny because Natalie's backpack is 70 liters, mine is 55.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
what
Natalie
goes
is
into a
smaller
camping
than I
bag?
do.
Like
Than me.
you have your sleeping bag,
Yes.
You
Sleeping
have-
bag, sleeping pad.
sleeping pad.
Yes.
Oh.
Because the
Tent.
ground is cold because
Yes.
so you need an insulating layer between your
Right.
sleeping bag
Okay.
and the ground because you need to create pockets of air that can be warmed up.
Yes.
Whereas like when you're directly on the ground, like that's the number one reason that a lot of
Conduces,
people get
yeah.
really cold when they
Oh,
Gotcha.
winter
gotcha.
camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
I did
know.
a lot of research into this
Okay.
before this to be
Pad,
prepared.
Bag.
Bag,
Tent?
tent.
Who carried
yes.
the tent?
Natalie did.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
The smaller human
Mm.
carried the tent.
Okay, but I carried the bear canister. The bear
okay.
canister is this like
About the same
large
size.
plastic
Yeah.
like
Food
tub.
container.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah, I thought it was the dumbest thing ever because I was like,
Yeah.
can't the bears still smell it? But then you guys taught me you have to put it like away from your campsite.
Yes,
And I was like,
yes.
oh, so
Mm.
the bears can still find it. They just can't open it.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
but yes.
bear canister, as in that's where you put all your food scraps?
Mhm.
Oh.
No,
No,
just
food.
your food. Anything that has a
Oh,
scent,
okay.
you put it in there.
But the thing is, it's not odor protected. So I was like, what's the point of this? Like the bear will still smell it, come to your camp, but then the rule is to put it 30 feet away from
Ooh, several like
like a
I
long
forget.
a long way, so you hide it somewhere
okay.
away
Yeah.
from your campsite.
yeah. Some people like
Mm.
hoist it up into the trees.
Yes.
We didn't have that kind of gear, but yeah, so I carried the bear canister and all the food and also the camp stove. So like we have a fuel canister.
You had a camp stove?
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
it's like
wow.
it's
Was
really
it large?
small.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. Living large, you could cook food.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, cuz okay, anyways. So fuel canister and like the little stove
Yeah.
portion of it.
Yeah. Bunsen burner
And
type
also
thing.
like the pot to cook or to boil water. We only use it to boil
Okay.
water.
Okay.
Utensils, toiletries, headlamp, 10 essentials. Although I don't think we had all 10 essentials because I think one of the essentials is like the safety device, like a Garmin InReach or something like that. But those little shits are like $300.
Wait, like a beacon thing that
Yeah,
will like
yeah.
sound an
Yeah.
alarm? Okay.
Yeah, where
Or
you
make
can
Does your
like.
iPhone do that now?
I don't know.
Okay, never
Well,
mind.
it's like the kind of thing where you can. It's like satellite based,
Yeah.
so you don't
Your
need service to
iPhone
be able to send
can try
has the
it.
messages.
SOS feature, anyways. It could be
Oh.
completely different. Never mind.
I think it might be a little different.
Okay, it's probably different.
I think with the Garmin InReach, you can like also send text. Anyways, so yeah, 10 essentials, like toilet paper because little luxuries that we like to bring along. It's also pack in, pack out, so you can't like litter anywhere. So like anything that you
Ooh, yeah,
use,
what do you do with the toilet paper?
we had like a separate bag
Okay.
that like anyways. So all food, all toiletries.
I guess there's no trash cans along the trail, huh?
No,
Not in
no
real
trash
nature,
cans.
there's not.
What else?
Fake nature, there is.
We carried a lot of water with us because we read on all trails that like there weren't a lot of water sources past like the first mile or so. So we carried so many liters of water with us, which is what made our packs super heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think each of us carried like 4 to 5 liters.
Wow, that's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Two
But you need
liters,
that for
yeah.
your ramen noodles.
Yeah.
We didn't. I like ended up pouring out a bottle because I was like, this
so
is too
heavy.
much
Oh.
weight. Yeah, no. Like after the first night, because after
Okay.
we'd finished all of our cooking, I was like, I'm not gonna need like 3 more liters to get
Yeah.
me back down.
Yeah.
Anyways, so carried a lot of water, first aid kit, all the warm weather or like warm gear, so puffer, fleece, beanie, extra socks,
Wow.
extra.
Did
set
you
of
bring
clothes.
baby wipes?
No.
Really? So I don't actually know if this is like a real deterrent to me going like hiking and doing day trips, or not day trips, backpacking trips. I really like hygiene and
I
like
need
taking
to be honest,
showers
this is exactly
and
me.
wiping my
This is
butt
me.
with toilet paper and being able to flush
you
it
can
down.
still wipe your butt with toilet paper.
Right, but like you have
can
to keep it
also-
with you, which is
yeah,
kind of
but
annoying.
like in a separate compartment that you forget about.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I
And
like,
if you're just peeing, you don't need
yeah,
toilet
no,
paper.
that's fine. But I do feel like, so my friend Nick, he was like, oh, like backpacking trips aren't that bad because you can just bring baby wipes and you can like wipe yourself down and it feels like a shower. I was like, oh, if that's enough, then I'd be willing, because I love every aspect of hiking except for the fact that you can't take showers. And I hate that sticky, grimy, sweaty feeling. Like I can't, it's tough for me to go to bed, but if I acclimate to that feeling, then maybe I can get over it after a few days. I could see that happening.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
I think like, yeah, you guys just haven't done it. So
Yeah, I haven't done it.
I
But that's
remember
what keeps me from
in
doing
high
it.
school, our church would like go to those camping grounds.
That's
over-
different though,
I know,
because
but
it's
you still
just
couldn't-
camping and there's like no
And
activities.
there's
Yeah.
showers, but they're public showers, so I'd rather not
Yeah,
shower.
I did not shower there.
I'd
I was
rather
just
not
like,
shower than
I'd rather
shower.
not go to that. And then I remember tossing and turning for hours. I barely slept because I'm like, I feel so dirty and sticky and grimy, and I was just rolling around. And then I think I eventually passed out, but I could not fall asleep.
I think it's something that you get used to
Yeah.
after a couple
Yeah.
days of hiking.
I think the
Too
thing that
spoiled.
broke me was, or not broke me, but was like, oh, this is fine. Like, I wasn't expecting to be in these conditions, but when we were in Thailand, we didn't shower for like 4 to 5 days because they don't have showers in the mountains.
yeah.
So yeah, we just used not baby wipes. We used just like face cleansing wipes.
Okay.
And like when we took our first shower, like you could see the dirt
Grime.
just like washing off
Wow.
of our bodies. It was crazy
Yeah,
because it was like
yummy.
super dusty up there too.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of red clay. And so like it was very visible,
Yeah.
tangible kind of thing too.
I think that's something you just gotta do. Get over it.
Yeah.
And then it's
You
fine.
guys
Yeah.
are too much of wusses.
Yeah.
Kind of.
City boy. Yeah.
Anyways,
Only other thing, mosquitoes.
they don't get you while you're walking, and then also
Mosquito nets at night.
no, the tent like completely. There's
Mont
like
Blanc,
no.
Quebec.
There's no like bugs in the tent. Like every time Natalie found a bug, she'd like pick it up, eat it outside of the tent. Like, what are you doing here? I thought that was kind of funny.
We have been talking about doing a Europe. So I probably have mentioned this on the podcast before, but one of our goals is to do rooftop pods in nature, or like in national parks or in mountains or in forests. And we saw one of our friends or a couple of our friends go to the Dolomites recently, and the clips that they got from the Dolomites are gorgeous. And I'm just like, what if me, Andrew, and Rachel did
REI sponsor us.
podcasts?
REI, we don't have the gear. REI,
Or
please.
money. That would be sick if we could get a brand to sponsor like
Oscar,
multiple-
Arcteryx. Arcteryx.
Please.
Shout out all
Arcteryx.
outdoor gear brands. North Face. If anyone in our
Columbia,
audience has some sort of
Patagonia.
connection to these
Even
outdoor
Eddie
brands,
Bauer.
we'd be willing to stoop. But yeah, it'd be really cool if we could get sponsored to do a
Meryl
podcast.
Solomon.
Just shouting out everyone at this point.
Lowas. Oboes.
But it'd be really cool if we could do podcasts out in nature and we could like spend the day hiking right before sunset, set up like our miniature podcast equipment, and then do like golden hour podcast while the sun is setting with the mountains behind us. That'd be so cool. We would hike to a new location every single day and do a new podcast in a new location every day. That would be the dream.
That'd be crazy.
But when will we have the time and money to do this?
Simply put, I will never have the money. But there are cheap ways to travel, especially in Europe, I feel
Or
like.
we could get this trip sponsored somehow.
REI, Arcteryx, Solomon, North Face,
We should
Patagonia.
do a few practice hikes before we commit
Yeah,
to
I was gonna say
multiple week
y'all
long.
like need to do backpacking first.
Yeah, I'm down. I would be down to do something in the West, Colorado or West Coast. Test it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm down too.
You don't have to be, because we could also just do day hikes. because I feel like that'd be a lot more manageable.
No, but I want to
also.
practice doing like overnight.
A backpacking.
You know
trip?
what I really
But
want to do
Andrew.
is hammocking.
Oh,
And you can get the really thick hammocks.
Yo, so me and Natalie, we were like cooking up our dinners, cooking up our breakfasts, right? And
Yeah.
there's we set up camp at this like point
Uh-huh.
in Red River Gorge. I think it was called Veranda Point.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like 2 other families that were there.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents, I told you about this, but like there was a guy who was like vlogging it,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
they had
Oh,
hammock
yeah.
setups, and they
Mm.
had a lot of things to say about their hammock setups while me and Natalie were just like cooking our breakfast
things,
and
bad
eating it
things?
and watching the sunrise. They're like, no, just like really technical things where it was like,
Oh.
like this brand is really good, and
Yeah.
you can have like all the attachments,
It's
and
called,
it's like
double quilted. Like there's different ratings of like how much padding is
Yeah.
underneath to keep you warm.
yeah, and
I have
there's
friends
like
that
the
do
different
hammocking.
nets
Yeah.
and like whatever.
Mhm.
Me personally, I
No, you
feel
can
like
buy a simple
my
setup for hammocking.
it's like
It's not
also
as comfortable.
expensive.
No, I think it's more comfortable hammocking.
It is comfortable,
Yeah.
but it's more expensive, and I think it might be heavier. They were saying like how, at least for the stuff you need for the winter, and this was like more exclusively talking about like winter gear, which I assume that none of us will be doing really. But yeah,
Winter sounds better.
I
No
think-
Winter
sweat.
hammocking though.
Yeah, you
I
can
think-
buy really warm hammocks.
yeah.
Would you just like zip yourself up like
Yeah.
snow peas and then
And
Yeah.
that also
pull your
like,
head out?
but it also like requires you to be near trees, and I think the setup is just a little more.
Yeah, I feel like most places that you hike have trees.
Yeah. In Colorado, well, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees in Colorado.
Yeah,
There are.
I love hammocking. I love hammocking just like regularly, like doing work in a hammock, falling asleep in a hammock.
I don't know if I've
Never
ever
had
been
time.
in a hammock.
You've never been in a hammock
What?
before?
I have a hammock on me right now. I keep a hammock on me at
Let's
all
go
times, just
hammocking.
in case.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I
damn
find nice
minute.
2 trees to post up in.
Have I ever been in a hammock before?
It's
This is
not
crazy.
that unique or special of an experience, but it is really enjoyable when you have nothing to do. You can
Which
just
is
relax
why
in a
I
hammock.
am shook because I can't think of a single memory. I remember someone had a hammock in their backyard. I tried to sit on it. It was very wobbly. I said not today, and then I did not sit on that hammock. But I cannot think of another memory of
They're
me
always
in a hammock.
wobbly. They're suspended in air.
Yeah, but I did one time when the hammock is set up too high and you have to jump in it. There are chances that you miss it and then hit your chin on the ground, and
You get a
also
massive bruise and then your water
smash your,
bottle.
Oh, I've
smash your water bottle with your knee, and then your water bottle can't close. But then that gives you an excuse to buy an Awala.
Sponsor
And
us.
it's the best water bottle I've ever
It
used
is
in my
literally
life.
the best water
Can
bottle.
you hand me
ever.
my water
Yes,
bottle?
I can hand you.
Thank you. Anyways, so that was my update for that weekend.
Nice.
And then otherwise, nothing new with me. I'm still working on grad apps, still working on all my school things, and ready to graduate.
I was listening back to one of our old episodes about how the months before or while you were applying for internships last year, year, and we were talking about how your number one choice was Arab, and we were asking
Wow.
people in the podcast like, oh, if anyone has connections to Arab, help Rachel get set up. Lo and behold, you ended up at Arab for the summer. So now, what is your dream grad program?
Oh.
to end
Yeah,
up in?
yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
putting
Oh,
these
okay.
things out into the universe because I feel like admissions are a little like they're
Okay. Crapshoot.
crapshoot, a little more luck driven, and also like I don't know. I just don't feel confident about my applications. Although I feel like that's like grounded in very little.
Do you?
I think
have-
it's-
wait,
I think
great.
it's
Do you
like-
have a dream program though? You have to say
No,
what it is.
I think
Oh,
there's 3 that are very different that I'd be happy with if I got
Mhm.
into any of those 3. But the chances of me getting into those 3 are not chances that I'm confident in.
Do you know the admission rates?
I only distinctly remember UCLA's because I was pretty surprised by it, but I think it was around like 50-60%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping, never mind.
Oh, another not kind of big news, but the Rooftop Pod recently /me got recently signed to like a management company, which is great because hopefully they'll be able to help us source, sponsorship deals to keep this program going. And
Get ready for hella.
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get me hella ads. Ads are good though. Ads are fun. I think I think they can be fun for an audience to watch slash listen to. Like one brand that they're pitching us to is like a ski brand, because they saw that I skied on my like Instagram page. So they're like, oh, there's a ski brand asking our agency like, oh, do you guys have any influencers that ski and can promote our products? And they saw my page and I was like,
yo,
ski.
it's time to post the backpacking pictures.
And I was
It
like,
is time.
yeah, we
gotta
start
push ourselves as like the most granola.
outdoorsy. We need to start climbing back onto the roof and doing podcasts
All right.
outside.
We need to start climbing
Grow
actual
up my
rocks.
mustache. I start wearing beanies.
Let's start wearing beanies on every single podcast. What else can we
Hey, yo,
do?
where my beanie?
I think if we do a few
Chacos.
Our
podcasts,
little
Chacos,
Patagucci's.
if we do a few podcasts like outdoors and like kind of create that brand aesthetic for the Rooftop Pod, I think we could. These are realistic goals for us.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to Mammoth for winter break for a ski trip. On the drive to Mammoth, you pass through
The Sierra Nevadas. No, I don't think so.
Mojave, which is
What's that?
it's one of the Apple OS names.
Oh,
Do you remember it's like a really pretty
which iOS update is this?
It was like 2 iOS updates.
Okay.
But you don't remember what the
This
Mojave
is so funny.
Is it the Mojave Desert?
Yeah, but it
Desert.
has like
Mojave.
mountains and stuff too.
I think I know what you're talking about. Actually,
probably could do that.
Let's go to Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Yeah.
This is a drive. This is like the entire drive from LA to
Mammoth.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is really pretty. I like it. Picasso.
and we can literally just stop by. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of cold because it's the desert, but
Puffers.
Yeah, I
brewing.
got my
it's beautiful.
my
This
warm
drive
weather
is
gear.
Absolutely.
I got my merino wool base layer. I got my Arc'teryx jacket.
Dang, shout out
So
to
let's
you
do-
for
let's
that.
Yeah,
do-
real.
I want to start the series of doing outdoor podcasts because I
Let's
think
do it. Let's run it.
I've always been a sucker for pretty nature aesthetics, and we haven't really. We've only done
We sit
pretty
in my
city
room.
aesthetics. We sit in your room, or we're on a rooftop in New
Yeah.
York, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not nature at all. It's the antithesis
It's
to
the
nature.
concrete jungle.
I was telling my friends, I was like, I can really only do the extremes. Either I'm in a big bustling city or I'm in the middle of
Surrounded
nowhere.
by
I
buildings.
cannot do anything in between.
Suburban Ohio. Okay, Andrew, do you have any updates from the past couple of weeks? If not, I'm gonna get started with some questions.
I already
Okay.
gave my life updates. I saw Friends. It was nice.
I was recently talking to Mom about all the conflicts and stuff going on in the world right now. We heard a lot of things growing up in a religious family, phrases like there are bad things happening in the world because of sin. And
Yeah.
when I heard that, it was a little off-putting to me because it almost takes away personal responsibility from the situation. Because you're like, oh, these bad things are happening in the world. We can't really do anything about it. It's because we live in a world of sin. And I wonder if that's something that Christians say as almost a coping mechanism to like rationalize why these things are happening in the world and kind of like taking away their own personal responsibilities from doing anything about it because it's just a natural consequence of sin.
Oh,
Do you see this as a
interesting.
problem or?
I actually never interpreted it like that. Oh, not really. I didn't see it as a way of arguing against personal responsibility. I always thought that argument as to why an all good God would allow this to happen. Actually,
Yeah, that's also another way to rationalize,
Lies.
if God loves everyone on this earth,
yes,
how come he lets other people suffer?
that's the lens that I heard that phrase through.
Yeah.
I also think it's like one of those areas where religion is something that people place a lot of comfort in, and just like all the uncertainty and all the like tragedies that happen in this world, it's like easy to be like, oh my God, like I'm not doing anything about this. Like I think that phrase is also used in that case where it's like this isn't as a consequence of like anything that you've necessarily been a part of. It's just like things that happen because this world is terrible. And I think it's like there are similar like non-religious phrases that are used where especially like so
Like everything happens for a reason. I hate that phrase.
well, maybe not that one in
Okay.
this
You don't like that one?
case. I think
that phrase is
for
okay.
me, like a personal motto is like, or like I live by like the experiences that I have will like inform how I act in the future. So like in that sense, everything happens for a reason, but not the point.
Okay.
But oh gosh, where was I going with this? I was talking to my friends. Yes. So I had a conversation with my friends yesterday because so someone adjacent to the group is joining the military, and a lot of us had like really adverse reactions to that where we were like, and then one of my friends was like, oh wait, like why does everyone have such negative reactions to the military? Like shouldn't we respect the people that like go and serve our country? Yeah.
It's also true. Yeah.
And so we were trying to rationalize to her why we had these like really strong reactions towards the military. And she was saying like, isn't it like sort of a necessary evil though? Because like we still do need an armed force to like defend our country and as like a negotiating power politically.
But the thing is, the people that join the army, I mean, yes, they play a role in the military-industrial complex, but they aren't the main perpetrators of evil.
And this is what we were telling her also, but what I was saying to rationalize my point. So I work with this woman who was a veteran who was deployed to Iraq twice, and she has really strong political views that I don't agree with. And so she's like, talking to her has been really off-putting for me because she believes in some things that I just like very strongly disagree with. One, election fraud. Second of all, she thought the wars in Iraq were very necessary, or the war on terror.
Really? You'll talk
actually
to
crazy
different veterans. A lot of different. There are a lot of different perspectives on the war in Iraq.
But it's like they have to convince themselves that it's necessary if they're there, like, or else it's like, why are we like? You can't just quit. Like you can't be like, it's like a dishonorable thing. And I think that's what we were explaining to our friend. Like the military does a good job of basically brainwashing people into thinking that like what they're doing is necessary and that America is right always. And the people that kind of subscribe to that ideology tend to be a certain type of person. Not saying that that's all people, but there are like certain subgroups of people within the military that definitely very strongly believe America is the best, America is the greatest, and like we need to defend this country with our lives because we do the best in this world.
At this point, it's like a lot of it's
propagating our ideologies
across the
into
world.
different foreign countries, which is not good.
I wonder, Andrew, what is your perspective on this? Because one of your best friends is part of the military.
That's the thing. Because like I think you're right, like, or your friend's right in the sense that we can't just have everybody stop enlisting and have no military arm. Like you can't have that either. At the end of the day, right, like if I were to have people in the military, I'd want people like my best friend in it, right? If he's the one who's gonna make it up higher, like in the ranks, like I trust his opinion and judgment. But I don't know, like I feel like I almost see the military like firm too, like corporate firm. You have people who like really drink the Kool-Aid, like in a McKinsey consultant. You probably have people in the military that like stand by everything the company does, fully drinks the Kool-Aid and wants to climb up to the partner ranking. But you also have like people who are like deeply dissatisfied at the direction that the military or company is going. And I,
and you need both.
Like there's definitely both people.
If those people don't join the military is only going to go in one direction ever.
But I don't know. I wonder like how things will change generationally, because the people at the top are still like people who grew up in the 50s and the 60s,
and they all look a certain way.
So I'm wondering like, will a lot of issues be solved generationally as time passes?
I mean, this is a big point in the upcoming election next year. Is a lot of people are dissatisfied with the U.S.'s foreign policy and investment into the military-industrial complex. Because, I mean, over the past year, there have been 2 like international wars that the U.S. has
Played a heavy hand.
had played, yeah, exactly, invested a lot of money in, and like a lot of people in the U.S. are dissatisfied with our domestic issues, and then seeing like the U.S. government pour billions of dollars into wars that we don't need to be a part of, and supporting like obviously murders and kinds of other people.
What do you think? Do you think the U.S. has like an obligation to like
Be a
invest?
police? Yeah.
Or is it?
I
Or
think-
should the U.S. be like mind your own business, just like stay out of all global conflict? Because I actually don't know. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think that's like what the UN and like the EU serve to be, as like that sort of international
yeah.
police. Like, I think as
But they have no like strength or force, which is why like they can't actually do anything.
but I think they facilitate like the negotiate or like
Yeah.
the action that occurs
'cause
afterwards.
individual UN members have a military
Okay.
force, and like you can leverage that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like the
I don't wanna get
biggest
too
military
political.
arm always like gets their way, which is why the U.S. strong arms the UN and just votes against them, and then we have the deepest pockets. Anyways, I don't really know the answer to this
I
one
love
of whether or
war.
not like the U.S. has an obligation to like use its force one way or the other to either just stay out of it or to invest in a side. I don't like how the U.S. is currently investing.
Yeah, I was
but,
gonna
you
say,
know.
like, my perception of things, and again, like, I'm not super well versed in history, is that the US, oftentimes, when they have foreign interests, it's for ulterior motives.
Right.
It hasn't always been, oh, there are human rights violations here. And oftentimes, when we go in, employ our military forces, the country just ends up being destabilized.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's like the people are worse off.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How do we get onto this topic?
Yes, Mom.
Christian people saying there is sin in this world, which is
Oh,
why bad
sin.
things happen.
Yeah, I think I was just frustrated by that because
Mm.
it's not a solution. Like saying that it's not gonna make anything better, and the proposed solution is to just spread the gospel, which again, in many scenarios, would actually probably make things worse.
Heavy topics. We really
Oh,
did
no,
a tone
wow.
shift there. I was like,
Oh, bro.
wow.
All right, fine, we'll lighten the
Wow,
mood.
this is what. Oh, it's an emotional roller coaster today.
Name
my
your top
gosh.
3 Bible characters.
Oh, what?
alright.
Jesus.
See, I feel like a lot of people's
No.
go-to picks are gonna be like Jesus, Moses, and
Esther.
yeah. Let's talk about the women
Rachel.
in the Bible.
Jesus.
I feel like a lot of people sleep on like
the Virgin
Deborah.
Mary.
Have you seen those TikToks of people enacting like what Virgin Mary would be like in modern day society?
No.
It's like
you get
No.
so much biblical
I get so
TikTok.
much religious
It's
TikTok.
nuts.
It's hilarious.
Y'all, wait. We were talking about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall over again. We were talking about For You pages the other day. I'm not on TikTok. I like delete TikTok, and then like once a month I re-download it. I'm on it for like 2 hours to get my fix, where I'm like, I need to be caught up with all like the
Pop
cultural
culture.
whatever. And then I delete it again, and it happens once a month. Anyways, but my friend was scrolling through her For You page, and it was so scary. It's like what would appear on like a 12-year-old boy's For You page. I will show it to you guys afterwards.
Why does she have a
But it's
12-year-old
like-
boy's For
Yeah.
You
Because she
page?
has like a really eclectic sense of humor, let's just say.
So
That
12-year-old boys.
12-year-old boy.
Sense of
Yes,
humor.
but like not like the inappropriate kind, the kind that just like she thinks it's really funny when things are super absurd. Oh, like absurdist humor, right? Super absurd and like
Why do you say
absurd or observe?
Absurd.
absurd. Like
What's absurd?
ABSURD. Why are you pronouncing it like that?
Absurd.
Isn't it absurd?
Absurd. Okay, whatever. Anyways,
Oh, I thought
Just
this
too
was a new
posh
world.
for us now.
absurd.
Absurd.
Like, and she 30 seconds of scroll through were like,
What the fuck?
what is
Is it like-
happening? Wait, let me just.
Misogyny.
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
it's
My
just
For You
really.
page is great. I
Hold
shared
on.
that
Mine's
video.
all Christian TikTok.
Mine's
I don't
just-
know why I'm on
Oh.
Christian TikTok. I get so much Christian
Guys,
TikTok.
guys,
It's crazy.
just.
What the fuck?
You won't believe How much?
What in the world?
Isn't this so good?
This looks like John or Phillips TikTok.
Dude.
Right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait, I kind of want. Wait, let's go
Right?
through and see what our first 10 TikToks are.
So-
I already,
Isn't that?
I already
but,
know
like,
what mine's are gonna be.
That would crack me up
Yeah.
if that was my For You page every day.
Alright.
Oh, you want that to be your
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I've
Anyways.
seen that guy skips
Wait,
a lot.
screen
This is
screen
a-
record?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Screen record so that other people can see what
Three,
our FYPs
two,
look
one.
like.
Rating. This is a sponsored post.
Oh, this video is pretty funny.
Okay. I'll
It's
have
that boy crying at
Oh.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, boy crying. This is the third. It's my friend James.
This motherfucking right can't. The folks are speaking out and they are not afraid.
Oh yes, speaking out. Another sponsored.
Oh,
Sam
Sam
Altman's
too.
return. Hell yeah. Hot girl habits. That's my friend.
So true.
Oh, fit check.
Is that Drew What It Do?
Oh, is it? I like this guy's
I
stuff.
love him.
Man, love's underrated.
God's silliest goose.
Dude, we have the
I
same
love
For You
that.
page. I've
Oh,
seen
really?
all of these videos already.
Is this Schitt's Creek?
No, that's
Oh.
Shameless.
Oh, shameless. That's also my friend.
Thanksgiving Day parade is
Ah,
being
yes.
disrupted every couple of minutes due to pro-Palestinian protesters.
Yes.
Nobody on this app has a better
And more sweater
Ooh.
check.
Okay.
Wait, can I see the sweaters?
These are great sweaters.
Oh, that's a long TikTok. Oh my god.
Dang, this is a
Yeah,
3-minute
sir.
TikTok. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
great
that's a cute
sweater.
sweater. Oh, there's this.
I actually love clips of this show. It's Schmidt, but not Schmidt. He has a new
But is he
spin-off show.
Schmidt?
I don't know if he's Schmidt. I don't think he's Schmidt.
He's not New Girl?
No, it's not New Girl.
Okay, I'm not gonna gatekeep these pants. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
She's not gonna gatekeep
She's
this.
not gonna geek. Okay.
I think there's more than 10.
A lot of friend stuff. Okay.
Interesting.
My most of
Movie
my
clips.
For You page when I get on it is like, you know, the split screen of like a movie. No, it's usually Grey's Anatomy and then like someone playing
someone
a game
doing
on the
like
side.
a game or some satisfying like
Yeah.
cutting up sand or something.
That's not mine.
Yeah, I get a lot of that too. All right, let's see what mine
Yeah, I
is.
actually have a screen recording of Subway Surfer that just plays here if ever I have to say something to keep people interested. I don't. That's a joke. Okay.
Wait,
You
what?
can start scrolling. It just went over Jesse's head.
No. Metro Boomin with a live
Oh,
orchestra.
no way.
Wait,
Wait,
I
that
actually
sounds
would
sick.
love
Wait,
to
that's
watch
kind of
this.
sick.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm gonna watch this later. This song is fire.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, hey, yo.
Yo,
Hey, yo, this is...
Yo.
this is fire.
Oh,
It was
dude.
great.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
I got that same ad.
Sad. Oh.
God.
Dude, and it's all this stuff. The Guru Nanda. Wait, this is Mr. Nanda himself.
No
never-
way.
Wait, I haven't
meets
gotten one
Nanda.
from Nanda himself.
You've reached the boss level.
Dude,
Coconut oil.
every other TikTok I get is this coconut mint oil pulling thing.
Wait, I'm
And I'm
so
almost gonna
influenced
buy
right
it.
now.
I'm so influenced.
I'm like gonna go to Walmart tomorrow to
should
buy
just
it.
get Dude, should I
Regular
buy it
coconut
from
oil?
TikTok shop.
How
Yo.
much is it?
It's only $14.
Wow, that's
I
how they
think
get you.
It might be cheaper at Walmart.
It actually might be cheaper than just... Wait.
Dude, and there are reviews saying that it works. All right, I'm only 2 in, and I've already gotten one of these.
What the
What
F
the
is
hell
this?
Why is he
Nature
doing that?
TikTok. That was a weird opening.
That was kind of
But for the
destroying.
But
comments.
why?
The dudes are gonna be insane. Again, another.
God, wow, you
I get
get...
Dang,
so
you
many
really
of
get.
these.
You like watch
Yo.
them through?
Sometimes I do, and then I get these with 2 views. I don't know what these are.
Oh, I learned about what Blackout Wednesday was.
Blackout Wednesday.
And there's also like Turkey Bowl and, you know, the white people
Actually,
Thanksgiving
no, my
festivities.
friends were gonna go blackout on
going
Wednesday too.
on
What
here?
the hell?
Apparently it's a thing before Thanksgiving.
Oh, you blackout on Wednesday?
Yeah, I don't.
Alright,
I,
next
yeah, I
year.
didn't know about this either.
Oh, I got the same thing. Asian American.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, Jesse, what is wrong with your
Scroll.
For You page?
See, if I got this on my For You page all the time, I'd be
10
so
beast
happy.
versus 1 million ostriches.
When are they gonna fight?
Dude, they will.
Scroll. What
Yeah,
are they
yeah.
throwing? Rocks?
Oh my god. They've been surrounded.
Who do you think it's gonna win? It's the 10 beast men.
I still assume the
None
10
of the
beast titan.
men. Oh my gosh. None of the. They're just eating them.
Wait, Rachel, have you seen Attack on Titan?
No. Well, no, I've seen like the first couple of seasons, but like a long
You
time
first
ago.
the first couple seasons?
A long time ago.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I swear to
it's
God.
like every other
I
one.
swear to God. It's literally every other one. I don't like how TikTok is literally all like every other one's an ad now.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey yo.
What the F? Oh God, finally. God, it took so long to get to some good content.
TikTok
Yeah, my
do
For You
better.
page is also a lot of 12-year boy content. I don't know.
Creator for TikTok shop.
Anyways,
That's funny.
Wow. Lit.
yeah, that is my For You page.
That's great.
Very interesting.
Good stuff. Good stuff, you guys.
Rachel, do you have one?
No, I told you I don't. Like, I'd have to re-download TikTok right now.
Wait, but you said you've been getting a lot of the Guru Nanda.
Oh, on YouTube Reels.
Dude, so what's the point of
Anyways.
deleting TikTok if you're just gonna use?
Well, no, because I get sick of Reels quicker because it's just not good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right. I'm gonna do one more question. I want to talk about this hypothetical society to end this talk. I was at a
Interesting.
wedding
Emotional roller coaster for real.
Okay.
a couple months ago,
Wedding.
and I was talking
Yes.
to one of my high school friends about all the problems in the world, and he was like, a lot of problems in this world can be solved by this idea of an expiring currency. Expiring currency.
Yeah.
Meaning that
Mm,
when you
Ah.
make money, you have to use it
Interesting.
within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it becomes expired and you can't use it. So it's very difficult in a hypothetical society like this where you can accumulate large amounts of
Yeah.
wealth and stop being a productive member of society.
Whoa. Wait a
wait,
minute.
but
Wait a
then
minute.
I feel like
There are a lot
the
of-
argument for
Yeah, there are a lot
yeah.
of problems that arise, but I kind of want to talk through some of the use cases and also the edge cases for this problem set.
The super tall, ugly building in New York, the billionaire row thing. What's that
Oh,
building called?
432 Park Avenue.
Yes, that building. It's like what, half empty or something?
Yeah.
It's mostly empty. And it's
Luxury
like-
high-rise building.
Yeah, it's like an investment property. People would just park their money there like indefinitely.
I've seen TikToks
But yeah,
about this.
I feel like that's a lot of the housing crisis. People just buy land up
Mm-hmm.
and just hold wealth there, driving like a housing crisis. But with the expiring currency, would that expire too? Like, would
Assets expire.
assets also expire?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's
don't
a
know.
big, like when you
'Cause
talk
then
about
people
wealth
would just-
accumulation, like
yeah,
it's
people would
not
just
liquid
move
cash,
their
it's
money into
Mm-hmm.
it's
assets.
assets. So I think assets would have to
Also
expire.
What about
Unused
also
assets would have to be
stocks?
expired. How would stocks work?
So
But then,
many
like, the
questions.
incentive to generate a lot of money and save it would also no
would
longer be
need-
there. I think. Do you think society would be less productive or more productive if expiring currency existed? Because there's
Then,
no
like, how
incentive to like
do
build
people-
massive corporations anymore.
That's true because it would just
It
expire.
would be a
Yeah.
more sustainable way of living.
It would be, but then you wouldn't. I don't think the level of human progress would be.
Yeah,
there.
but like at the end of the day, progress versus like well-being question mark / community health question mark.
I mean, if you think about, there's already been models of expiring currency. Like back in the days of like hunters and gatherers, your currency was like whatever food
Food.
or crop that you collect, and obviously that expires as food does.
I mean, I actually don't think anything because you would generate vehicles companies to always churn out profits that you would collect. So like that arm of capitalism would still exist. I still need to like, yeah. No, I actually
Yeah.
don't think anything would be solved low key.
Maybe it would be more productive because then you're incentivized to continuously.
Productive, but then
But I
it's
think
like
it's
a
toxic
constant
to your
rack
mindset.
race.
Yeah, yeah.
You never end it. Like
You never feel
you can't
secure.
you can't ever take
Yeah.
a break because at least like now you can like work really hard for a couple years and then like
Just
take
chill.
like just chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
That
your
is true.
currency doesn't expire.
Yeah, that feeds into the another problem of like social security. And once you're an older member of society, and you're no
Yeah,
longer
you-
productive.
you
like,
need-
where you
Where's
can't
your value
save. Yeah,
coming from?
I actually think this doesn't work at all. What was your friend's argument for why
there's
this
a whole
would?
book about this. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
interesting.
I didn't actually read the book, so I don't
Okay.
Oh,
really.
good.
I don't
right
have
now-
an informed view. I'm sure they address all these problems in this
Probably.
book. Let me find the book and I'll read it for next time, and then bring a more informed view on this issue, which they probably address all these.
Yeah,
things. But it was
I
like
have a lot of
when I heard it, I
questions.
was like, oh, that sounds like a really interesting concept. Book. I want to find the book so that we can talk. I think
I
it's
will say
called When
wealth
Money
accu-
Dies, The
yeah.
Nightmare of Deficit.
I do get though, like wealth accumulation like is a source of a lot of issues.
Because it never gets redistributed.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just people at the top just accumulating so much wealth.
And just like collecting assets to hold
Yeah.
on to that value.
Mhm. This is a problem, and expiring currency to some degree does fix those problems.
Yeah.
How does that keep filling up with water? Is there just like too much water in the?
There's a lot of
In the
water.
pot?
Yeah, it's
Who
a,
did
a
that?
very moist.
Yeah, who added so
soil.
much water in
And
this
that plant
plant?
is just like continuously not doing well.
It's
It's
just
like,
Well,
dying.
there's a lot of new growth.
but
Well,
every
who-
time I come
who
back, it
added
gets
so much
smaller and
water?
smaller.
I don't know. It was not me.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. We'll wrap up this episode and then move
Wow.
on to the next one.
Okay. Can
What
we
a
get some
strange
snacks
episode.
Up in this.
This is an
Yeah.
emotional roller coaster.
Thank you guys for tuning in to our interesting episode where we talked a lot about a lot of things.
We talked about our For You pages. We talked
Yeah,
about the
hiking,
military
all this
industrial
place. But thanks
complex.
for sticking
we
with
talked
us
about life updates.
and hang out with us siblings. We will catch you on the
Cute.
next. I am your host, Jesse, and checking out with me is my sister
Rachel.
and my brother,
Andrew.
And we will see you on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod. Peace.
I thought we were going to talk about